the one thing that's really sad about only doing 20 episodes is, and if you look like most shows now, the good news is you get 20 episodes. The bad news is very rarely do you get past like 25. Like even like on some shows I've been on that were like unquestionable massive successes. I don't think I've been on a show that's been over 40 since Teen Titans Go.
Why
Maybe,
do you think
maybe
that is?
if you order 20 episodes, right? And you put out, here's 10 episodes, typically in the kid space, you put out 10 episodes, and then 6 months to 8 months later, you put out 10 more episodes. And if you haven't like greenlit 10 more episodes, like, or 20 more episodes quickly, then by the time you get more episodes, like the train's already left the station and people are on to the next thing. Like there's been a couple times recently where I've been called in to work on like some massive streaming shows um that were like, okay, we're figuring out the third and fourth season, but just couldn't get it in time. And like, oh, it's gonna take at least 3 years for this next episode. So kids will be on to the next thing. So I think that's a little bit sad. I think that's a little bit of like, TV being what it is. Like it's a little bit gone. And some of it is that people want to just stay like, Teen Titans goes up into the 400 episodes. Like I think SpongeBob is right there with it. Like, and I also think like for some of these more tried and true brands that like it's the same thing in live action. Like you make some new episodes, the old episodes like go up in value. I don't know how it was for you, but like for me, I'd come home from school. It didn't matter if this is a Batman animated series episode I'd seen like 50 times. Like it was the one that was on TV right then. That's what you'd watch. In the streaming space, like you put out a season of a show like Daniel Spellbound, for instance, you watch it, and then there's no real incentive to watch it again. And it's hard to build brand loyalty or any kind of brand like that. How many breakout hits really last in streaming? And it's a little bit snake eating its own tail.
Reruns are kind of a thing of the past now. I mean, I can't remember the last time I watched a rerun of something uh, because of that instant like clickability. There's always something new on Netflix. There's always something new on Amazon Prime. You don't. I had a very similar experience to you where I would go home after school. I would watch, the four shows that were on in a row on YTV or whatever channel, and those were the shows that were on, and that's what I watched, regardless of whether I'd seen them or not. And now I think kids are consuming media and content so differently that they don't have to do that, and why would they? So it's interesting how to see how streamers and YouTube and this whole structure is just like changing the way that shows are being financed, being made. Do you think it's a good thing, or do you think it's a challenging time because of that for animation?
I mean, I think it's unquestionably a challenging time for animation. Like most of I think like the record, it's record unemployment in animation. I also hear people say stuff all the time like, well, you know what? Kids just watch YouTube. They just watch YouTube. But that's not true because what YouTube, they're not just turning on YouTube and like, what's on YouTube today? Like they're following channels or brands or influencers they like. And what do they do? Like Mr. Beast is a great example. What does Mr. Beast do? He puts out 3 episodes a week, always on the same day. They might like on, where to go to find Mr. Beast content. It's not, he doesn't drop 10 and then disappear for 8 weeks. Like,
Right.
and then the streamers have, by and large, for kids television, just been like here's 10, I don't know, we'll see what it does. And like, it does not work like that. Kids we like if you study kids psychology, which I've been forced to do from different streamers, like I've had to go to classes about it. Like kids need play patterns and they want play patterns, and there's repeatability that like drives things home to them. So I don't understand
Can you explain
why.
a play pattern?
on Power Rangers, there's a threat. The Power Rangers meet the threat. The threat gets bigger. The Power Rangers like now we have to call our Zords. Now the Zords have to form the Megazord. Like every episode has a play pattern to it. And when you buy the toys, it's got that same play pattern. I'm a big superhero fan, like you said. Like Peacemaker came out on Thursdays. Like I knew Thursday night, if I didn't want to get spoiled, I had to see Peacemaker right then. And it becomes appointment viewing. And we see that it works. Like, that's why The Pit was such a giant show. It was a 16 episode weekly drop that people were like, you have to watch what's happening with The Pit. So it's crazy to me that as an industry, we're just like ceding to like, yeah, that's just YouTube's one. Like it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be that way.